Hi, this is session 1 of 5 of City of Mist, A Night of Fallen Stars. This is a this is gonna be mainly character creation, honestly, because it's gonna be involved and no one seems to know what's going on, not even me. So let's begin by introducing ourselves. I am Maria. Oh, I will fix the character keeper being view only right now because for some reason it tends to do that. All right.
No worries.
All right. So please introduce yourselves. I am Maria Rivera. I will be GMing, MCing, whatever this game. I have a big idea of like the avatar and what's gonna happen, but I haven't really done much planning because I couldn't. But then again, it's PBTA, so whatever. Who wants to go next?
I can go. I'm Darren. I'll be playing. I've read through the book a little bit, I will say that. So I think I'm ready, but I don't know. It's massive.
It is a massive book, yes. Who wants to go next?
Hi, I'm Dave. I actually have not heard of this game until I saw it posted, and I'm just like, oh, hey, this sounds like an interesting game, and I've heard good things about games that Marie has run, and I'm like, hey, it's a time spot that I can actually fit in to my schedule. So I'm like, score, let's do it.
Bro. Okay, who wants to go next?
I'm Simon. I have played City of Mist once with a friend, the Quick Start, and I really loved it. So when I saw it on the calendar, I just jumped on it. I really loved that game.
All right. And our last but not least.
I'm Bethany. I have heard of City of Mist, but I've never played it. I did kind of skim through the starter set a while ago, but I never got a chance to play it, and I've probably forgotten everything I read then.
All right, cool. All right, and no worries because this will be pretty much we're all beginners here, except maybe Simon, but I don't know. The first thing we do, according to the exposition session and steps on the book, the first thing we do is establish the concept, which is good because we get to define what kind of story this is. Oh, before we do that, let's do quick. Um, we do have the X card in play. So if you need to X card something, we do X, type X, say X, whatever. Y'all are familiar with X cards, right? All right, good. Lines and veils. I know Dave had a line, and then veils we can just fade to black whenever we need be because this can be a dark game. So Dave, what was your line?
Yeah, I just would rather not have games where there is a sexual or a romantic relationship between basically someone who is a teenager or a minor or a child and an adult. So no, just it's fine if it's like kids having romantic relationships, especially teenagers, because that happens. But there's something about the power dynamic between an adult and a teenager or a child that is just like, ugh, no.
Oh, okay. Here's the thing I'm gonna ask because romance is going to be a thing in this game. How about because there's something with the power dynamics that's really fucked up in this game.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not sure if how okay you are with proceeding. And that is
as long as it's not like an adult and a child, I'm fine. Weird power dynamics in romance between adults, that's very human things. But it's specifically, I don't want to have to see anyone role play that sort of really creepy taking advantage of a kid or a teenager in that way.
okay. Quick question, which will probably not show up, or might show up, but only if everyone's cool with it. What about creepy dynamics that are incestuous but between two adults?
That's fine.
Okay, because that might be a thing in the game. All right, just making sure.
I do watch Game of Thrones, so.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Anyone else have any lines or veils, or hard lines, or stuff you'd rather skip over, or?
I might ask for a veil if the creepy power dynamics get too creepy, but as for hard lines, no.
All right, cool. No other hard lines or veils? All right. So the concept is, it starts by asking what kind of crew you are. The premise is that it's been about a year since the body of this man, Cecil Francis, has been discovered, and someone dropped off the face of the earth. Wow. Let's wait for them. But yeah, hopefully I didn't scare anyone by saying that. Right. Let me check up. Or I'll give him a few minutes.
By the way, just as a politeness thing, if I'm looking like extremely to a side, it's not that I'm paying attention. It's that I have 3 monitors and I'm looking at that information on one of them. So.
All right. Yeah.
I don't want to come off as rude, like me, just like listening to someone talk and me being like this. No, it's probably me following along with something.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for that screech, but the floors. Yeah. Sorry. What were you saying, Bethany?
Oh, nothing. I was just agreeing. I have the PDF on my laptop screen over to the side, so.
Right. Yeah, I'm cool with that.
I'm paying attention.
All right.
I love having a lot of screens for these games. Like, it makes life so much easier.
Darren's back. Okay.
Yeah, my internet killed me.
All right. That is okay. Anyways, we have the whole that. Okay, so where I was is establishing crew. So establishing the plot first, or the premise. There's this dead guy like a year ago. It was ruled as suicide, and the case was closed because people thought it was a suicide. Now this man, Dwayne Pendragon, who is basically a rock star, like literally a rock star in this city, comes to you and asks, "Hey, can you investigate this further? I don't think it was a suicide." So what kind of crew are you? Like, are you just investigators with supernatural mythic legend powers, or are you something else, or why are you doing this? And this is decided as a group.
So this is like effectively supposed to take place in the 20s, right? I mean, it's not necessarily exactly the 20s.
Not necessarily. Actually this game, I think, takes place like current, like present day now.
Okay.
And the default setting isn't really that different, because there's like a hacker in one of the starter sets. I mean, one of the starter set characters is a hacker, Flicker. So yeah, it's like pretty much any time period you want. And the rules are not super they're not super indicative of a time period. Like they're the investigation moves don't really specify how you investigate. It's just that you're investigating. It's kind of PBTA, keeping the PBTA style of like you describe what it is like. what you like, or how would you interrogate? And sorry if I'm rambling because I'm still trying to compose myself. So, do you guys have any ideas as to why you're together and why and what kind of work you do together that other than murder mysteries?
I think like even just like a cheesy detective agency is good, or like a reality TV ghost hunter team.
Oh my god!
Something like
Yes.
that.
Yeah, that's
Something like that's a little silly, but also fits into the investigation theme.
Yeah, well, I mean, I would be totally on board with it. I think it would make the game skew towards comedy, which I am fine with. But I don't know I don't know the game, so I don't know if that works with the tone of what the game tries to do.
well. The thing, well, I'm fine with that as long as the dark shit stays dark, because it's like I mentioned, there might be this creepy incestuous power dynamic thing. The So apart from that, let's what was I gonna say? I think there was another thing. Oh yeah, the other thing that I was gonna say is that part of the premise of this of City of Mist is that there's this masquerade type thing, the mist, which conceals all supernatural events from sleepers, and you guys are rifts who have awakened to their legend, and therefore are aware of the shit that happens beyond the mist.
I mean, I think that can work with the supernatural reality show in that we know that the supernatural exists. We are the supernatural, and we're basically kind of feeding into the belief of the supernatural. Maybe we think that this is going to make us more powerful by bolstering our own myths.
All right, that makes sense. Any other ideas? Or are we okay with being a reality TV show that this rock star just asks, hey, investigate this shit?
I'm totally
mean,
down with this.
I always play characters who are in over their heads, so reality TV show, and suddenly it gets super dark. Yeah, no problem.
Cool. I like that. Let's start with character. Character creation is basically picking a series of tags or aspects, cough, aspects. They there's It's divided by 4 themes, they call it, which are in turn either logos themes or mythos themes, and those determine how attuned you are to the supernatural or how attuned you are with the mundane. So each theme has 3 tags. I think there are 3. Yes, there's 3 power tags and 1 weakness tag in each theme starting out. So basically, you're making all characters are like 16 or 18 tags and 4 questions. Oh, and that reminds me, each theme has a question or statement attached to them, which following the which okay, let me explain. So the way themes work is that logos themes have a statement about your character, like this is true about my character. The mythos themes have this question, which is this mystery. So the statements for logos are identities. The questions in mythos are mysteries. When you what's the term? When you really focus in on that identity or mystery, you get attention, which is basically how you advance those themes. When you ignore it, act like instead like and do something else instead, you mark fade for mysteries or crack for identities. And when those fill out, then you lose the theme and you gain a theme of the opposite type. And and when you do that, you also mark what are called, I think, build-up points, which make it so that you advance your character instead of just the theme. Does that make any sense? All right. So in essence, you have 4 themes, and under those themes, you have 4 tags. So I want to, if it's okay, we could work on it. We could do it so that I work on a theme, like and rotate each person by each person. So, for example, I work with a theme with Simon, and then I work with David with on a theme, and then Darren, and then Bethany, and then we rotate back to Simon. Does that sound fair?
Yeah.
All right. Simon, since you have the best idea of a character, what were you thinking on your first theme? Is it logos or mythos?
Mythos. I
Okay.
wanted to play the riff
Sorry.
of the. To be a character that's awakened the legend of the Phoenix.
Sorry, you're cutting off for me. Is everyone else hearing him all right?
No, he was cutting out for me as well.
Oh, okay. Simon, can you repeat that? Or adjust your bandwidth since I can't understand what you're saying.
It looks like Simon's frozen up.
Oh, crap. Simon, you there?
Yep. Is it okay?
Now it's fine. Can you repeat that?
Okay. So I wanted to play a character that's awakened the legend of the Phoenix.
All right. So, yeah, take one of these characters that are on the character keeper and put your character name or player name if you don't have a character name yet.
Where's the character keeper?
Let me post that on chat because I posted it on the Hangouts thing, but apparently no one got the Hangouts link or the link via Hangouts. So
no, I didn't get it. Okay, so
right.
Please player name. Simon.
All right. So there are different mythos types, which determine the questions you answer for, or the questions you can answer for your tags. Like, so if you go on, so what's your first theme? I think.
Okay, I don't know if I'm overthinking it or anything like that, but I just want to have one mythos theme, so I will like cram all the supernatural in it. So for Phoenix, it will be my team will be called the Cycle of Life and Fire.
The Cycle of Life and Fire. But oh, that was the title. I put it in the wrong place.
Oh.
Right. And what kind of theme is it? Is it like Bastion because it protects you from?
Exactly.
All right. Cool. All right. And what is the mystery attached to it? Like, what is the question that's burning inside of you that you want to answer through that theme?
Is the cycle endless? Can I break it?
Right. And then power tags. Let's go to Bastion theme book. The Bastion theme book. which is on page 121 or 120.
Thank you.
And those are the question. All right. So the power tag questions answering them will give you a power tag. Basically, for example, what quality or ability granted by your mythos must of them protects you, and then the answer to that becomes a tag.
So I will say that my team protects me by by allowing me to rise from the ashes. So that will be my tag.
All right.
Does that mean that anytime you are injured, we have to completely burn you up before you're fully healed?
Maybe.
Because I like that. It's like, oh shit, our Phoenix has a gunshot wound. What are we gonna do? Let's just burn him.
That's so macabre. It's very good.
All right, cool. Yeah, and that's the one that's mandatory. The rest you can choose which questions to answer.
Yeah. How? What question was this? What means do you have extending or pertaining to the others? I can purify, not purify. How did I state it? I want healing flames. That's the tag I want. Like to be able to burn away harm.
All right. Burn away harm. So, okay, let me. All right, burn away harm. Last power tag.
D against what type of attack? Oh no, is that it? Okay, what particular threat your defense makes it useful? I can have a pair of fiery wings.
Oh, okay, wings, fiery wings. Yep. And then weakness, which is based on one of your previous questions. So, so it's A, B, C, D, and then I think it's how it works. Oh wait, no, never mind. It's just you choose one of the questions, whichever one you want.
Okay, so what percentage threat is derived from the defense that gets me in trouble? Since I pretty much am not immortal, but I'm really hard to die. I'm a hot-headed. I tend to go into trouble without thinking of my safety. Since I'll get back eventually.
Yeah, that works. Okay, with that in mind, Dave, do you have a theme in mind? Oh, and one thing is that you must have at least one of each kind. So you must have at least one mythos and one logos, and then the rest is whatever.
So the different playbooks. So these are kind of like themes to your powers. Is that correct?
Yes. Well, not just themes to your powers, but like the theme books are like types of powers, and then for logos is like stuff in your everyday life that you have. Like there's training, there's a routine you have, there's like defining relationships, so you can have a loved one.
Okay. Is it problematic for multiple people to be in the same mythos theme book?
No, as long as your what's it called? As long as you have different tags, it's fine. Which chances are you'll have different tags because it's like you're playing your characters differently.
Yeah. Okay. So I was thinking that it might be interesting to play one of the slasher urban legends, like the person with the fishing hook, with the crate hook at the lake or whatever it is. You know, that scary urban legend that just like is all about murdering people. Now, in real life, I'm going to be a pretty nice guy, but my legend is all about the murder. And I was thinking that it would be like a bastion in that, you know, like that sort of invulnerability that shows up in those slasher films. You can shoot the thing, you can hit it with an axe, and it just keeps on coming.
All right, cool. So you have to answer question A, I believe. Let me double check that. Choosing. All right. That questions. Yeah, okay. So yeah, you have to answer the first question, which is question A from the power tag questions.
Mhm.
So what quality or ability granted by your mythos most often protects you?
I'm completely impervious to bullets.
Bulletproof. All right, and then two more power tag questions.
Okay.
Oh, and what's your theme title? What's the name of your theme?
Does anyone have a really good like urban myth name for like, you know, the for about,
Well,
you know, for
not the. I'm not asking about the slasher one. I'm just asking for specifically the slasher's invulnerability.
like the name for that.
Yeah. Oh, and the mystery that comes along with it.
Yeah. Who is it that who am I supposed to kill? Like those legends, it's always like somebody wronged them, and that's the person that the slasher actually wants to kill. But they just, you know, kill anyone who's available instead. So who was it that I'm supposed to that I was supposed to slaughter, but I just don't have access to?
All right. And the title, I guess it's
Spirit of Vengeance.
ooh. So now let's go back to the second power tag.
Okay. What tactics do you employ when you use your defense? I think that I go up, I rush the most dangerous person and just bear hug, taking all the punishment they have on the way.
Bear hug.
So I basically block off their ability to, you know, harm other people.
All right.
And then one more question.
Yes. Bear hug is strongest, I'm gonna say.
What does it mean for me to extend my protection to others? Meat shield.
Meat shield. And weakness tag, which you can choose any question there.
Oh, this is too delicious. Fire.
Wait, what was the question?
My weakness tag.
Oh no, but like there's a question attached to it.
Oh, there's an actual question.
Yeah.
Let me see. Oh, I have to choose one.
Yeah. To what attacks is your defense susceptible, and I guess fire.
Yes. And I had to choose it because, oh my god, with the Phoenix in the group, that's too good.
Break to fire. Cool. All right, let's go to Darren.
So the mythos I think I want to use is Sigurd or Siegfried, that legendary figure in Norse, and also filtered in through some Germanic stuff. Anyway, specifically, action book or theme, because there's this really weird part in Sigurd Legends where he knows the language of birds, and that's a prophetic thing. So I want to do that. So like what allows you to uncannily know things you wouldn't normally know, I think, is language of birds as my talent.
So I think that's divination.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at.
All right. So I'm gonna say So the type is divination. The mystery.
Mm-hmm.
What is the mystery?
Oh yeah. I was thinking a little bit about this. Maybe it's something like what is maybe the mystery is like who is the real enemy in the city? Does that work? Is that too broad or anything?
I would say it has to be related to the theme in some way.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I like if it has birds. He's trying to figure things out. What's he trying to know? Maybe it's just like, oh, maybe something like what secret is the city keeping from everyone?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Good. Okay, nice.
If I can type, I will. And the first power tag, what was it?
For A? I was just going to use the tag language of birds.
Oh, that was the tag.
Yeah, for what allows you to uncannily.
What was the team's name then?
Oh, I don't know. Aside from just saying, what's Sigurd? Sigurd is like, I don't even know how to do it. What do I want to do? Let me think about that more. Or if anyone has any suggestions, please throw them out.
So what was the whole deal with Sigurd and the birds?
So he was hired by this like corrupt king to go and kill this dragon and bring its heart back so the king could eat it because he wanted more power or whatever. Yeah. But then Odin stops him, dresses in like disguised as an old man, and he's like, yo, you should drink some of that dragon blood after you kill the dragon. And so Sigurd did, and then he was able to talk to birds.
So dragon blood then.
Oh, yeah, there we go. That's good. Easy peasy.
Power tag. Next question. Just choose a question and answer it.
I'm gonna type something else. Maybe see what subject is easiest for you to learn about. I like the idea of being able to like hear secrets. So like get all this. Yeah, maybe just secrets. Is that too little?
How about
hidden desires?
Oh, hidden desire.
Yeah, is that good?
Or no hidden desire escapes me.
Hmm. That's good. Sounds
All
better.
right. All right. And last one. Well, last power and then your weakness tag.
Yeah. I like for E, what quality of your divination makes it especially effective? That one of the examples covers the entire city. I got pigeons everywhere.
I got pigeons everywhere. I love it.
That's good.
Well, all right. So, and your weakness tag.
Yeah. I wonder. I like A, what happens when your divination overwhelms you. And I'm thinking of something along the lines of sensory overload. I like that, but with birds. What do I do with birds? What happens?
Maybe you can't control which bird you're seeing out of, so you're like seeing out of like you're flashing in between different birds, all like,
Oh my gosh.
and it's just super disorienting because like your point of view just is constantly shifting.
I like that. I'm thinking more the birds come and like talk to me, but I still like that idea that like I'm getting too many at once or something, or like I'm just hearing the wrong things over and over and over again.
Many
One of those flocks that like blots out the sun and they all want to talk to you at once.
Oh my god, yeah, that's overwhelming.
All right, too many birds.
Too many birds.
All right. And let's go to Bethany. You can do logos if you want, but we can also do mythos still.
I keep ruling out mythos. I do know one logos thing I want. I want to be trying to think of a good word for this. It's a personality. I want to be just like completely unflappable. Like nothing shocks me.
All right. Unflappable should be your title, team title. And right personality. Identity, nothing surprises me.
Yeah, that sounds good. I've heard it all. Or seen it all. Maybe that's better.
Right. And first power tag. What lies at the core of your personality?
What's the question? Oh, here, let me. Too many PDFs.
I know that feel.
Lies at the core of your personality.
Seen too much shit.
Yeah, I want to say like jaded, but it's not. I'm not like necessarily a misanthrope. I don't necessarily dislike people. I just don't trust any of them. Like I understand that everyone has their own ulterior motives. But I think I think that might come with a different. Lies at the Courier. Yeah, I've seen everything. Maybe that.
Oh wait, I've seen everything. Okay, that's fine. So the second power tag.
Can I just pick one of them then for that?
Yeah, pick a question and answer it.
Okay. Oh, actually, okay. So, C, what interpersonal skills do you have thanks to your personality? I think that covers what I was talking about.
So just anyone?
Yeah, like I know everyone has their own agenda. Right. It may not even be a bad agenda. I just know that they have one and it's not mine.
All right. And then the last power tag?
That is. It keeps you safe and helps you resist influence. I think what aspect of your personality keeps you safe or helps you resist influence would be the question. And I'm hard to fool.
Hard. Yes. And the weakness tag?
Let's see, weakness. Oh, I see the weakness tags now. What happens when you push the corner? People or conditions make it. These are all. Let's see. What happens when you let yourself go too far? What is a good way to? One day I will stop accidentally dragging windows around the screen. What happens when you let yourself go too far? Let's see, these are examples here. Actually, some of these example words would probably work. Yeah, I think I think I'm just overly suspicious. Okay. So I just go like so far the other way that I don't believe people even when they're telling the truth.
All right. And let's go back to Simon. First logos theme, since you said you were only gonna get one mythos.
Yep. I used to be an author writing detective novels. My team's going to be called author of the Jack Lot series.
Author of
super popular
series?
For about a month. James Lawton.
Just type it there on author of the.
Where was?
And would that be training?
I just. Yep, training.
All right.
That was a great place. There's the.
All right. And what's your identity then tied to it?
The identity is how did I word it that? Okay, something along the line like
sorry. Sorry,
Uh,
church bells here.
okay. So it's something along the line that when the words just won't come out. I used to write stories. Now the one I live in are even less believable than what I used to write. I just don't know how to say it in a sentence.
All right. So the stories I live now are less believable.
Yeah.
Right. Right. And power tag.
Yep. What do you do or know best? Writing detective stories.
Right. Right. Second power tag.
Question G. What piece of equipment related to your training do you normally have access to? A really big notebook with full of paper clippings, notes about the news or the news column on the newspaper, etc. Just like a big notebook.
Files of note, I'm gonna say.
Right.
Third power tag.
Under what condition does your technique work best? Working on a deadline.
Weakness tag.
Well, what question was it? Question B. How did your training adversely affected your psychic ability? I'm easily distracted.
All right. Back to Dave. Want to work on a mythos or a logos?
I'm not sure whether I want to do 2 and 2 or 3 mythos and 1 logos, but I do know what I think I want to do for second mythos for the time being. So since that's the case, let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to choose a relic mythos because what good slasher doesn't have, that iconic object that they kill with?
All right, cool. And what is the weapon then?
A rusty hammer.
Rusty hammer. And what is the mystery?
How can I put it to rest? I think this is like another spirit that wants to like just murder and murder and murder, but it's much older than I am. So I'm like, okay, what will it take for it to be done?
All right. And what is your first question? What is the main useful feature or part of the relic?
Yeah, it will break through anything.
All right. Second.
Okay. Let's see. I haven't read these questions ahead of time. Maybe I should have. Ooh, I like this. What happens when your relic goes into overdrive? I think it's no longer just a like one-handed hammer. It becomes just a giant war sledgehammer that is impossibly large. But I still get to like it doesn't like feel any heavier to me. So I just swing this like this massively heavy object that is just like brutally deadly.
Going into overdrive. All right. And last power tag.
Ooh, what aspect or element of the relic are you only beginning to unlock? Devouring the souls of the wicked.
All right. So weakness.
What is the most troublesome shortcut of the relic? It never wants to stop killing. I'm trying not to make this guy a total murder fanatic. I'm trying to make him like have complications that he's trying to deal with.
All right, cool. Darren, do you want to work on logos or mythos?
I think logos. I think I'm gonna have the rest be logos. I just don't know who he is. I'm thinking that I have no idea.
We can skip you and go to Bethany.
Yeah, I need some more time to think about it.
Bethany, do you have a logos or a mythos?
Logos, or I'm sorry, mythos, and
Okay.
I want to do something with divination, but I don't want to impinge on Darren's.
Mine's pretty specifically like I mean to focus it like on like learning secrets kind of. So if you have a broader idea or something, you probably won't step on it.
Okay. Okay. I have a character idea that I've been avoiding, and it's sticking. So, fuck it. I know what. Yeah, I'm a witch, or I'm gonna be like that, creepy, and like brewing up potions to see into the future. So yeah, clairvoyance. I'm gonna be able to look into, not into people's secret, or not into people's minds. Like I can't see their desires. But more as like as an outside observer.
So seeing the future and the past,
yes.
or what?
Trying to think of whether I want to see across time or space.
Oh, and the mystery attached to it.
And the mystery, yeah.
I mean, what was your method of divination? Do you read the entrails, tea leaves, crystal ball?
A cauldron with the eye of newt that you.
I'm thinking, yeah, cauldron with eye of newt. Just like the real traditional.
Oh God, you're one of the three witches from what's the shit?
Oh yeah, perfect. And when we get to logos, it'll make hopefully more sense and be even possibly stupider, but yeah. So I think I can see over distances rather than necessarily. Well, no, okay, wait. That's what.
Well, Macbeth saw the witches from Macbeth saw the future. So
that's true. Yeah, let's do future. That's more interesting. Why not? Let's do future.
Second power tag. Oh, and mystery still. What is the mystery attached to it?
Here we go. What is my? what or who is telling me these things?
Who is
What's the source of this information?
All right, second power tag.
Not allowed. Can you access? What quality of rejuvenation makes it especially effective? I'm just going to take one right from the examples. It covers the entire city. Anywhere within the city I can get to.
All right. All right. Another power tag?
Ooh. Oh, I like this. How can you affect others with your power? I can blind them from a distance, like temporarily.
Oh, you can blind them.
Yeah. I can see them and they can't see even what's right around them.
And the weakness?
I see my examples here. What is beyond the reach of your divination? Anything outside city limits.
In that case, I might ask you to change the second power tag.
Okay.
Because it's basically the same thing.
Oh, yeah, good point. Okay. That is okay. All right. What advantage does your divination give you in a fight? I can see the position of my enemy. And because of that, like I know where everyone is, so I don't see into the future to predict what they're going to do, but I can infer what they're going to do.
All right, cool. Darren, do you have an idea for mythos or logos?
Yes. I'm going to stick with the logos for the rest of them. And I think what I want to do is my character is a club kid. So I'm thinking personality is definitely probably a notable part of his identity.
Right.
So what, or do you want to do the statement first?
Yeah, what's the title?
Oh yeah.
What kind of personality?
He should be like, what's that word? I'm just like charismatic, basically. That's about what I describe it. Yeah. If I can, if there's some word I'm trying to think of, I can't remember. If I think of it though, come on.
What is your identity? Basically, the statement that cements what you are.
I think the statement that cements it for personality is nobody's ever said no to me.
No one what?
No one's ever said no to me.
Right. Hard tag. First one is what lies at the core of your personality. Yeah.
Oh man. We'll do anything to be liked. That works as a tag. We'll do it. That works.
We'll do anything to be liked.
Yeah.
Second power tag.
D. When you want, you can also come across as. I think I want the tag to be ice cold. When you want, you can also come across as ice cold.
All right. Third.
And I'll call it. I really like H. What useful habit or routine have you cultivated thanks to your personality? One of the examples is all the dance moves. I think that's very appropriate for them.
All the weakness tag.
What sort of people or conditions make your personality less effective? B. Just like daylight.
Daylight.
Just looks a little bit less charismatic during the day.
Right. Or night owl. Night owl works better, I think.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Kind of like have the bags under your eyes, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially with the bird thing.
Yeah.
All right, let's go back to Simon.
Yep. This one's gonna be a defining event. I lost everything in a fire.
Lost everything in a fire. Okay.
Basically, during a night, my house burned down with my family in it.
Right. Identity.
Identity. I don't know if I'm the one who started it because of my power, or if I gained that power because I died in the fire, and I do not want to know the truth.
All right. So, is this a question or is this a statement?
Yeah. Well, I'll always when I try to make it, I'll always circle back to a question. So, the statement is, I don't want to know the answer. I don't want to know the truth about the fire.
Power tag, first one. That is, what kind of strong emotion did your defining event leave you with?
Okay. What I wrote down was a will to carry on. So like, I lost everything. I just need to keep going.
Second power tag.
The F. What skill on reliability that I pick up? I take the light sleep. In the example, I can't sleep right now.
Wait.
Light sleep.
Light sleep. Okay.
Yeah.
Sleeper. Third power tag.
And what medium but useful object did I obtain during that defining event? Insurance money.
Insurance. And the weakness?
What emotional scar baggage did my defining event leave me? Survivor's guilt.
All right. Dave.
Yeah, so I'm not sure if this is going to be my only logos or one of two logos, but I definitely want to have a defining relationship.
All right. With who?
I think I'm engaged.
Do we have a name?
Not yet.
Identity?
Because I could just lemony snicket it and go with Beatrice. So I'm sorry, identity.
Yeah.
So wouldn't the identity be I'm engaged?
Well, it's more about a statement about your engagement
Mhm.
than like do you love her, or is it just
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I mean, the first question is why is the relationship important? And that I was going to choose true love.
Oh, true love. So
that was going to be my first power tag.
right.
So I was trying
identity
not
would
to
be
make that the identity.
all right. So identity would be something like I would do anything for her, or I don't know.
Ooh, how about the weddings this fall?
The wedding's what?
This fall.
The weddings this fall, and exclamation point, because it's a thing that can be challenged.
Yeah.
Power tag, second one.
So the second one is going to be what were you forced to learn because of this relationship? And I think I'm going to go with being kind of convincing and engaging. I was a little bit of a stick in the mud before I met her, and she helped bring me out of my shell. Or is it he? Haven't decided yet, but they have helped me come out of my shell.
Third power tag.
Name an activity that we share together. We totally watch shows together.
So
Like, the whole, okay, it's
watching.
Downtown Abbey night, and, so on and so forth.
Binge watching. What a weakness.
I should look at those weaknesses questions. Oh, I think the show is totally vying for my time and attention. I think I'm maybe one of the producers on the show. So the show is keeping me constantly busy.
So you're okay. Constantly busy. All right, Darren, do you have another logos?
Yes. I'm gonna do possessions.
All right.
So for the statement, how do I want to phrase this? I'm thinking of basically the character has the main possession is going to be a cell phone, and that's he has contacts for everybody. It's like a little black book sort of thing. The statement for that is something like
okay, identity.
Yeah. I think if I want to phrase it,
I'd be lost without my smartphone.
Oh yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's really good. And then,
Hard tag.
yep. What's the most important thing in your possession? Smartphone. Latest model smartphone or something.
Second power tag.
what do I want to do? What useful quality do your possessions have? I want to do always connected. We've got a good data plan.
Third power tag.
And maybe E. What kind of stunts or moves do you typically do with your possessions? The tag could be like call for backup.
Call for backup. And weakness.
Oh wait, there's so many that are so good for all of these. Let's do B. What bad habits or traits related to your possessions do you display? And I think that it's he's just always on his phone.
Always.
Yeah.
All right, Bethany, do you have a logos or a mythos?
Logos.
All right.
I guess.
What is it?
I guess this is a routine. I work in a high school cafeteria.
Doing what?
Sort of all-purpose work. Basically, I'm like the lunch lady, or man. I haven't decided yet, but yeah, like
I'll put that out. Identity.
I do have a question about that. How are you thinking of being part of the supernatural reality show then? Because I thought that was our key concept.
It is. It is. Maybe I should say I used to, but like this would be like a part-time. This is like my part-time day job. But it could also be like this could be training rather than routine, and I used to do this.
Right.
But I guess it wouldn't really be much of an advantage if it was just, I don't know. It's not much of an advantage anyway. It was just an idea.
Just
sorry, you were roboting there.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. Is it a routine or a training then?
Yeah, let's go with routine. Like I'm not always there, but
All right. Identity.
Identity. Let's see. Oh, this is weakness tags. Never mind. Yeah, I think just yeah, high school cafeteria worker is about it.
But a statement related to that.
A statement related to that. So I think I hate my job, and that's why I'm like, oh, hey, I'm gonna do this thing again. So I'm sort of like transitioning from one job to the other, I guess. Okay. So
I hate
my job.
Hard tag. Well, the first one, which is from routine, and it's what do you do with your time?
I prepare large vats of food and sometimes do divination with them.
Second power tag.
What do you learn on your daily activities? Kids really knowing like the small details of a play. I have a pretty good like low-level view of what's going on.
So
Like,
attention to detail.
yeah, there we go. Like, yeah, I guess like ground level detail.
All right. Power tag. Third one.
What trick have you picked up doing what you do? Oh, there's some good examples in here. I've already kind of got like bullshit detector as my personality, so probably not that. I'm surprisingly strong. I have to lift all this heavy stuff all the time.
All right. And the weakness.
Weakness. Oh, shitty pay.
Shitty pay. And what's the question related to that one? What mundane limits, I guess.
Yeah.
Or any of those, really.
Yeah, they kind of all fit, but I think either A or B could be answered with that answer.
Yeah. All right. Are you thinking of having a last mythos or logos?
Probably mythos.
Okay. So let's go back to Simon.
As much as I was prepared for the 3 first team, I am really drawing a blank here. I have no idea what to take last.
All right. We can skip you and go to Dave.
Yeah, I do think I want to take a third mythos. None of the other logoses are really feeling like they're going to feel like they're standing out for this character.
All right.
So I think I'm going to add a mobility mythos into this.
All right. Which is which one? Oh, first, what's it like? What's it like? What is the?
Yeah, I keep on going back and forth between it being like being a nimble one or being a teleportation one.
Yeah.
I think the teleportation, as much as I prefer like the nimble parkour elements, I think the teleportation one works better with the themes I'm working with here. So
And
yeah,
what's it called then?
Deathwalk.
Okay.
Yeah, obviously.
And what's the mystery?
What happens after I die?
What happens? Second power tag.
Well, oh yeah, that would be the first power tag. Is what's the most useful thing? Yeah. What special resource does your mobility give? I'm gonna say an out of time pocket dimension because yeah, who doesn't want one of those?
Third power tag.
Let's see. How can you use your mobility to restrain others' movements? I can show up right behind them.
you're Reaper from Overwatch, weakness tag.
I was actually thinking from one of the Dresden Files books, He Who Walks Behind.
I haven't read Dresden Files, so
That's fine. What residue or evidence does my movement leave on you and others? I think I leave basically the ashes from a crematorium.
the ashes of what?
From a crematorium.
Oh. All right. So Darren, let's go back to, or Simon, do you have an idea yet?
Yeah, I'll try something.
All right.
I'll take a routine. Then. I will be working also like a freelance journalist.
All right. Identity. So I guess Logos is writer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Identity. I'll get back to it after.
All right. First power tag.
So what do I do in that time? I write about unimportant things.
Write about important things, you said?
Unimportant.
Oh, unimportant things. Second power tag.
Privilege that comes with it is a press pass.
Trespass, you said?
Yeah.
Third power tag.
Okay. Who usually help me? I have a friend in at the police department.
All right.
I don't know how to call it him though.
And at the PD and weakness.
Yes.
Or friends. I'm gonna say friends because it's
Okay.
not a relationship.
Oh, okay, yeah.
All right. So what's the weakness?
Routine. Well, what can interfere with my routines? My editor.
All right. my editor.
And
All right.
Identity, I really don't know what to say.
Identity. How about? So, what's your feeling about the job?
That I'm not writing anything important. That it's. Well, I long for the time where I was like a big time writer, but now I'm just an has been.
All right. I long for a time. I long for a time where I've been big.
Right.
I'm gonna say. Darren. Well, not Kid Darren. Darren, as in temerity.
Oh yeah.
Do you wanna mythos or logos? Oh wait, no, you said logos, right?
Yeah.
What's the last one?
I'm gonna do mission.
Ooh, mission.
And the identity, yeah, the identity is something like the mission is they're bad my own pronouns. they're like campaigning for like equal housing available to everyone. So I think the identity is something like I just keep thinking everyone should have a place to sleep at night. That feels not great, but
Right.
okay for now at least. What do I need most in order to carry out my mission?
Hold up. I'm still writing something out. Everyone.
Oh, sorry.
Alright. Car tag.
Like really most know to carry out your mission. Zoning laws. I feel like that's very specific, but if we can use it to mean like understanding how cities are built or how urban planning works, something like that.
Second power tag.
Oh yeah. Oh, I have to think of how to word these things. Let's do G. What is the root of your commitment to the task at hand? I think it's commitment.
So what was the question again, sorry?
What is the root of your commitment to the task at hand? I'm thinking of something about like being a club kid in the community that they're in. They see a lot of like homelessness, especially in minority populations. So something about like chosen family, but I don't.
So let me think. How about friends in low places, maybe? I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah. I like that. Friends in low places. That hits the idea that I'm looking for. Knows people who are in a bad situation, wants to help them out.
Power tag, third one.
I think E, what sort of tactics or methods do you employ to reach your goal? I want to do, oh, all those examples are really good, actually. I just read them. I'm thinking like direct action, but maybe not as violent or destructive usually, because there's no point in burning down a building. Like interrupting political meetings.
Social media pressure.
Oh, that's really good, actually. Yeah, that fits really well too. Yeah, social media. Yeah, what's a good way to sum that up?
Hashtag movement.
Yeah,
No,
hashtag
weakness tag.
Oh, yeah. What was I thinking? Oh yeah. C, which approach or psychological disposition will get in the way of your endeavors? And I think that's never being awake during the day. You can only do so much to pick it at night.
maybe something else because you already have that in
Oh,
Night Owl.
yeah, it's very close to that. Okay. Let's see. Oh, yeah. So for the same one, which approach psychological disposition, the tag can be like always goes it alone, like that. Like he's not working with any, or they're not working with any organization. Oh my god, I might need to change the pronouns of my character because I cannot get it right.
Going in alone.
Yeah, going it alone. Yeah.
And Bethany, last theme. You said mythos, right?
Yeah, mythos. I'm gonna do expression.
All right.
And keeping with the witch theme, I'm going to be able to transform people into animals.
Ooh.
I love it.
So polymorphism. And mystery.
When I transform them, are they still people? Or are they animals? Like, do they, I have no idea if they still think like people.
Power tag.
This common way you use your mythos to,
Oh, to people to animals, right?
Yeah, I was trying to think, should I word that differently from the...
Well, I put polymorphism on the main.
Perfect.
So power tag, second one.
Okay. Oops. What conditions or situations enhance your mythos expression when I have time to prepare?
All right. Thank you for the correction. Third power tag.
So I'm not sure whether this is C, what useful quality does your main effect have, or J, how can you use your power to shield yourself? You know, if I can turn people into animals, I can turn them into small, weak animals that I can just step on.
So how can you condense
So that's
that?
like...
Well, that feels a little inherent with
Yeah,
your already
that's
power
true.
attack. Do you have control over the animals that you have turned people into?
No, I that might be the weakness. Like,
Well,
but I
I
don't know.
don't think so because that's part of the mystery.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So that's the mystery, is that what I don't know, like what permanent effect this has, I guess. So what useful quality does this have? I'll pick a different question. It seems kind of inherent in it. I can turn people into animals. That's pretty useful, right?
Yeah.
Reverse effect can you exert? Oh, here we go. Okay, so what additional expression, not necessarily related to the main one, does your mythos have? Since it's polymorphism, I can temporarily change my own appearance.
Mm. Okay, shape-shifting, I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
And weakness?
Mhm. Let's see. What happens when you lose control over your mythos expression? This would only be relevant when I'm like altering myself instead of other people, but I could like no, wait, that would answer the mystery. What are the repercussions of bringing your mythos into the world? I want to say like collateral damage, but I don't know how that would work. Like
Maybe one animal has to turn into a human when you turn a human into an animal.
oh my god.
Somewhere in
I think the obvious one is what targets are immune to or resistant to your mythos expression.
That makes sense. What targets are immune or resistant?
So I guess the obvious one being inorganic matter.
Well, yeah.
But
It
it's your
seems
choice.
kind of like cheating since I like didn't include inorganic matter in the description of it at all. Oh, this really sucks considering my job, but children.
So it's immune to children.
I can't transform children.
Oh my god.
Well,
You really had the worst
good.
job for that power.
Right?
Well,
Yeah.
good.
All right. Amazing. I better make the villain a child, even though I already said creepy shit. Anyways, we have 1 hour left. Does anyone want to break before discussing next steps?
I could take a quick one.
All right, cool. Let's be back in 5.
Cool.
All right.
Right.
All right. Is everyone here?
Yep.
So the last thing we need, well, two things, but we're ignoring one of them. Last thing is the crew theme, which we decide as a group. We already talked about it. It's a show, a reality show. And basically, we go through the crew theme book and pretty much decide which questions we want to answer as a group. And so, what are some? So, what's the name of the theme? Let's give it a name.
Oh, what's a great cheesy?
Yeah, it should be the name of the show.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a reality show for debunking supernatural or exposing supernatural.
Oh, I think we totally want to expose the supernatural.
Yeah, I think we're probably not great at it. I think that has to be a key part.
Even though it's inherent that the supernatural does exist, so we have a leg up on real life supernatural things, and we still suck at it.
Well, the other side of it is we could be debunkers of the supernatural, but we do it in such a ridiculously comedic way that we're actually discrediting debunkers.
Oh wow! But what's the name of the show then?
Yeah.
It almost has to be a pun.
Myth takes.
Oh god.
Myth takes.
Oh, there it is. Right on cue. It almost has to be a pun. Well, here's a pun.
That is terrible enough to work.
Yeah.
Do we want it to be a mystery or an identity that ties this crew together?
Oh.
It sounds like an identity.
All right.
I don't know what other people were thinking, but to me, it sounds like this is a concrete job. You know, there's paychecks, there's, expenses, there's timelines.
Yeah.
All right. So what is the identity?
I think it could be something like, wait, are we trying to expose the truth or are we trying to hide it?
I think we said expose.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking. I just want to be sure.
Yeah, I think we're trying to expose the truth.
Yeah, I think
although maybe in the most dramatic and exaggerated way possible, depending on the that could be an individual character thing though.
Yeah, I think it could be something like we've got to get the truth out there at any cost. Something like that.
Getting the truth out there with a bang.
Oh, we're totally the myth truth. We're totally myth truthers.
It's too easy. They're just right there.
And on page, I think 82, 81 in the actual book, it has questions like the other power tags. You don't have to answer the first one automatically, but you should answer 3.
So I'll just pick our favorite.
What kind of special gear, resource, or powers at our disposal? Cameras, sound-taking equipment, so...
Hidden cameras?
Oh, hidden cameras.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
All right, you got hidden cameras. What else?
Who is guiding, backing, or assisting your operation? The Sci-Fi Network.
Wow. Network. I was thinking we'd be like a cheap YouTube channel.
Only on YouTube, Red.
Only on YouTube. Yeah, that's even better.
It's going to be sci-fi.
Or maybe we're on YouTube now and we're like angling for a deal with the Sci-Fi Channel.
I mean, it could just be on the Sci-Fi streaming channel. Like we haven't made it to their actual broadcast.
Yeah, that's
yet.
what I'm thinking. Like this is our big chance to get the attention of the real Sci-Fi Channel.
Yeah, but like we're their web content right now. We're trying to get the full season of a show out on the air.
All right. Last power tag.
I don't know. Well, I think we've already talked about H. What sort of reputation or name have you made for yourselves? Or maybe it's that we haven't made a reputation.
All right. So
I like the idea that we have a reputation.
Yeah, we got some kind of following.
Maybe we're underestimated.
Underestimated. That's a good one.
Because we're not like super famous yet.
And also it's like silly and campy.
Mm-hmm.
Weakness.
Man.
So many.
Yeah.
All of them.
Yeah.
All of each.
I kind of like see what are you all afraid of? Like maybe there's one thing that we just like we don't talk about it, but we're also not going to deal with it.
All
right.
Cool.
Well, what are we all?
Yeah. What is it?
Oh,
what
is the network head totally a demon?
What?
Is the network head like totally a demon?
And we're all afraid of that. That works.
It's like, okay, Bob, whatever you say, just get me the hell away from your fire and brimstone.
That's pretty good. We want
Bob
the
the
deal so
demon.
bad that we're gonna deal with the demon.
All right, cool. We would do a day in the life, but I don't think we have time to do that. Which is basically a mini session with everyone's daily lives, but I really don't think we have time for that. Like an hour to cover 4 characters. We might do it at the beginning of the next session, but there's also the thing that I already have a case for you, so I'm not sure if we could do it at the beginning of next session, but we also have the case. So
yeah, we could do like a quick little vignette or something. 1 or 2.
I have to think about all this information. So, and also I don't know how to do vignettes and stuff that well. So,
maybe we should discuss talk about our characters and be like, okay, who's who in the show? What are our roles? What are our relationships like? Does that work?
Yeah, that works. Because we know Kid Darren and your character is the producer. I'm guessing Grant is gonna be the writer. Because obviously,
actually, I think since Grant is like a successful author, he's like one of the hosts. That's like he brings in a lot of our viewership because of his name.
Okay. That makes sense.
Oh.
I didn't want to volunteer you for it, but that was what I was envisioning.
That's a good idea.
Also, we need Bethany to pick a character name.
Oh, right. Yeah. I need a character name.
Do we need to do
first name character, last name name?
Yeah. Do we need to do the crew relationships from the theme books?
What do you mean?
It's after extra tags, identity, and title. It's when you're creating relationships within your crew, you can cast the other crew members in one of the following scenarios after receiving their approval. It's just like bonds, it sounds like.
I don't think I've seen that part. Which page are you at?
It's at the end of every TM book.
Yeah. So like
in each theme book you said?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right.
The one that I was looking at was for possessions. It's page 163 in the PDF.
Yeah, that's a lot of questions though, because that means it looks like it's about 3 per book, so 12 per person.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, and I need to read about health points and hurt points.
Okay.
Because I don't think I've gone on that yet.
Okay. NBD.
All right. So we'll do that next session, and if we have time.
Yeah.
Yeah. like I said, this character creation process is super involved. Hence why we took almost the entire session here, like 2/3. All right. No character name for Bethany yet?
So I'm trying to make up my mind whether I want to be like. No, I think I'm gonna. All right. Rather than being your stereotypical high school lunch lady / witch, I'm like a young guy who really resents getting like jammed into this mythos.
Wait, that's really good.
Amazing.
And let's see, what's a good name? Or
God, is he like totally like goth, or is he just like normal guy?
I think he's a normal guy. I think goth would be like. He may end up being goth if he ever like embraces it.
Okay.
But that would be a mark of acceptance of his fate.
All right.
His name is Daryl.
Daryl, any last name or?
Something pretty boring and generic. Let's see. Come on, Scrivener, give me a. Scrivener's random names generator is coming up with some bizarre stuff today. I mean, Pharonactus Niska is one of its options.
Oh my God, Temerity plus.
Just realized like how insufferable Temerity is.
Also, what's Temerity's deal in? Well, Temerity and Daryl, what's their deal in all this?
What's their deal in all this? How they got involved with the show?
Yeah.
I see Temerity as having just like a hand in every pie. So they're like promoting, they're like being a personality in the clubs, they're like campaigning, they're, saw some random posting for like, I don't know, some editing or something for a reality
like
TV show.
We're supposed to be producers together, and I'm the one who does the actual work, and you're just out like doing all the crazy stuff.
Yeah, I like.
And it was Ellen who's like, Ellen's the one who's like, no, you can do a lot of that stuff. You can be charming. You can like plan out guests and things like that. I'm like, maybe I can.
So you're the field person. You're the person on the field. And Daryl?
I think I do research to like select the most likely, next target or next, I'm not sure what you would case, I guess. There we go, not target. And kind of study up on it ahead of time.
All right. So how in the hell are you supposed to investigate a supernatural murder and how the hell did this rock star pick you to do this?
He's a big fan of our show, obviously.
Is this person also supernatural in origin?
Yes.
His name is Pendragon. Must be.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, obviously.
Absolutely.
Just wanted to confirm that. Oh God, I think one of our early episodes, we were investigating him, and he's like, "What the fuck?"
That's really
yes,
good.
yes, amazing.
Yeah, and Temerity charmed him into like, oh, okay, you guys are all right, and
kept him off our backs.
Yeah. And it was probably like, okay, these are the things that you can say about me. These are the things you can't say about me.
Okay. Well, fun fact: Dwayne Pendragon is pan, so he might be into Temerity.
You said he's pan?
Perfect.
Oh, that won't go wrong at all.
Perfect. I'm ready to have flirty scenes with Pendragon.
Yes. All right. I think we're all set for now. Apart from help and hurt points, and which is a list of 12 things. Apparently, I need to read the book again, or at least read it instead of skimming it. Just skimming it, but and also the day in the life. That might be another whole session of character creation. I don't know. Good thing we have 5 days on this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else we want to do before we call it?
I mean, I was kind of doing this on the fly, but if we do have a little bit of extra time, maybe just like a once over on the general rules. Like, I still don't know what the moves are, what we can do. I mean, if we have extra time, that it might be a good time to just do that rules explanation.
We can definitely do that. Let me pull out my reference on the basic moves. So I've only heard about this game when I posted it, when Maria posted it. You mean you don't know anything about how the moves work here? Or any stats or anything?
If they're any different than standard Powered by the Apocalypse, then no, I don't.
Yes, they are different because the way it works is that you roll all the moves roll plus, or most of the moves roll plus power. Power being the number of applicable tags, and then proceed as normally. So the basic moves are Convince, Change the Game, Face Danger, Go toe to toe, Hit it with all you got, Investigate, Sneak around, and Take the risk. I have the list of basic moves are on Son of Oak. I will link them as soon as I get the thing going. But yeah, basically your tags are gonna basically indicate how strong you can make your move. And let's go to and they also, as your power can also indicate how strong your move is after you rolled. Like, for example, Convince, you when on a hit you give them a relevant status equal, like, with power. Okay, so let's go backtrack. Tracking cards, they track, and statuses. The statuses are basically how you can get knocked out of this game is by taking a status of 5 or more. Well, 5, but because with 6 it's DMC, you're basically fucked and under DMC's mercy. So what status means is that, for example, you can have gunshot wound 3, which means this is a gunshot wound of severity 3. And depending on if you take more relevant statuses, they can increase that. And I will go over that when we actually get into that kind of situation. But apart from that, let me go to downloads here. Character player move sheet, copy. I will link that here. Those are the moves. Then we have when anything that says roll plus logos or plus mythos is plus the number of themes you have of that said logos or mythos. So if for example, Kit has to roll plus mythos, he would roll plus 3. So those are the basic moves. Anything else I need to go over real quick? Any questions, first of all?
Okay, so if it says plus power, it's just the balance of tags. If it says
Yeah.
plus mythos, then it's however many mythos identities you have, and if it says plus lagos, it's however many lagos identities you have.
Themes, yeah. But yeah,
Okay.
that's it. Anything else?
Whenever
Sorry?
you do a move, you just count the number of prevalent tags, and this is your power. This is what you roll, and this is how much the move you're going to do is going to affect the situation. When, example, change the game says that you got juice equal power, so if you have 2 tag, you have 2 juice, and you use it however you like.
Yeah, and juice has been changed since the starter set. Juice is actually tracked on the tracking cards, which used to be status cards. So you can track how much juice you have by using a card. But, so if you look at the roll for your party, that's what the tracking card looks like.
Okay, so I'm sorry. Can you explain juice one more time?
Juice is like hold, but for like information. So
Okay.
or not? No, that's clues. Juice is like hold, but for change
Okay.
the game.
So it's
that-
like you earn juice, and then you can add narrative elements or change
Yeah.
narrative elements. Okay. Is there any restriction, or is it just like yep, I want to do this. How much juice is it going to cost me?
I think it's we've changed the game. It seems that you can spend juice like as long as you can justify it, because PBTA lol. You can just spend 1 juice to do whatever it says you can do.
When you roll the change the game move, you said how you try to influence the game. Like if I go buy something, the source of my juice will be money or things I can buy. So the juice, if you don't spend all of it, you're going to write down the tag and still write how you came by that juice. So if I bought something with money, I cannot use it after to produce fire. Unless I'm actually getting a can and a lighter to produce fire, because I bought those.
And also on a 10 plus, you get also additional stuff like you can scale up the effect or prolong the effect. And for example, you want to change the game by using your big ass hammer. Roll into your game, and say you get like 2 juice. You can use the juice, or like you get the 2 juice and you roll a 7 to 9. That means that you can create a story tag. You can burn a power tag or story tag, which means that it's no longer relevant for the scene or for however long, because there's an actual move to restore burnt tags, or you reduce a status per 1 tier point per point of use. So that means that you can spend, but you cannot do the 10 plus ones because you rolled a 7 to 9. All right. Burning tags. You can also burn tags, I think, to make it so that you roll a 7 with a power of 3, so therefore a 10 plus. Like if you roll a natural 7 and then with 3 power, so that means you roll a 10. There's also grid mode, which screws with that, but we're not gonna get into that unless we get ridiculous rolls. So
with burning, you mean if like I can burn tags to increase my roll? Is that what you're saying?
You can burn your tag before you roll to say, okay, I rolled a 7 and my power is 3. So therefore I get that 10 plus automatically.
Oh, it's you burn a tag to guarantee a 7 on the roll.
To guarantee a natural 7 with a power of 3, which means it's at 7 plus 3 is 10.
You still add your tags.
Yeah.
I assume you still get to count the tag that you're burning.
No, you don't. You treat it as if you got 3 tags.
Oh, so I would need 4 total tags to do that.
No, you would only need to burn one. Because how it works is you burn a tag, say your hammer, or not your hammer, the growth of the hammer. So it it doesn't grow into overdrive, but you get the benefit of having a set roll of 7 and having it count as 3 tags.
So are you saying that just burning the hammer will give me the 10? And I don't need to call any tags. Okay.
Correct.
Okay, so it basically is just a burn a tag to get a 10.
Yeah, basically. The reason it specifically says natural 7 is if you're using grid mode, which makes it so that it reduces to 9. So yeah, but in essence, it's burn a tag to get a 10 plus.
Okay.
Apart from that, I'm not sure if you can add on tags apart from that, like after burning, but I don't know. I don't think so because it wouldn't make sense. Burning tags, you recover burnt tags by montage, which is downtime. I forget what makes you recover burnt tags too, but okay, never mind.
Prepare for the next activity.
Prepare for... Where's prepare?
In the montage is the 4th bullet point.
Oh, right, yeah. Oh, you recover all your burn tags, yeah, or gain 3 use. So burning tags means that they're unusable until further notice, which self-explanatory. Anything else I'm missing for now? Because I'm not gonna explain advancement until we hit that. Maybe touch upon nemesis, which is when you lose a theme, you gain a nemesis, which is related to the theme you lost. Like, for example, if you stop being engaged to Ellen, if you stop being engaged to Ellen, then other shit might happen because you have 3 Mythos themes already. But let's say if you had more Logos themes than just engaged to Ellen and you stop being engaged to Ellen, then Ellen might become a nemesis.
Probably the more likely one is if I resolve Rose the Rusty Hammer, someone else might pick up Rose the Rusty Hammer.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, speaking of that, if you do stop being engaged to Ellen, you would have to pick up a 4th Mythos thing, which means you become an avatar of your Mythos. Which is fun shit, because it means that shit's fucking, I'll explain later. If we do get there. If you pick up a 4th Logos theme, that means you go back to being a sleeper. And also fun shit happens there.
I mean, I can't see a problem with me being an actual avatar of the slasher.
I know, right? But yeah, fun things. Is there anything else we need to discuss before calling it a night? Right.
Okay.
All right. Thank you for for taking this journey, I guess, this adventure. I'll see you next week, and let me stop the broadcast.